Let's go. Maple Leafs win 7-3 over the Ottawa Senators. Another installment of the Battle of Ontario. And the Maple Leafs came out firing. They came out with a fire lit under them. Huge victory. We saw contributions from up and down the entire lineup. What a game. What a performance from this Maple Leafs team. I love to see it. Let's get it going in the comments section. If you're watching this on YouTube, smash that like button, hit the notification bell. And if you're on Facebook, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get hyped. The Toronto Maple Leafs with a massive victory. William Bennett says Austin Matthews 16 goals in 17 games. We'll be talking about him a lot tonight. Don't you worry. I thought he was going to get the hat trick too. He had those 2 goals in the first period. Didn't quite get there. I like this comment. Austin Matthews, professional hockey player and owner of the Ottawa Senators. He goes on he's unstoppable against the Ottawa Senators. There's nothing that they can do to slow him down. Every single time he plays the Ottawa Senators, he's going to put up points. Anthony says, "Let's go." What a huge victory, 7-3. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried at times. When we went up 5-1, Twitter kind of exploded, and I was a bit worried at times, if I'm being honest. That'd be a massive embarrassment if they blew it again, but they didn't. This team, they responded. They responded to the adversity they faced the other night, and they've came back from that blown 5-1 lead and won 2 straight games against the team that did it to us. You love to see that response. Maple Leafs with a dominant performance tonight. Colby thinks Matthews is going to get a hat trick really soon. It's coming, and it's definitely coming. It's coming. Trust me, it is coming. His production, it's been off the charts, through the roof this year. Austin Matthews is doing it all. I think that Baseball 27 hits it on the head, though. This is who we have to talk about. Michael Hutchinson. The Toronto Maple Leafs, in front of Michael Hutchinson, they played clutch for Hutch. Michael Hutchinson is a player who hasn't had a regular season win since March 2nd of last year. That's a really long time ago. And he had that win in the bubble with Colorado Avalanche. But tonight, 35 saves on 38 shots. That is a huge confidence booster, not only for Michael Hutchinson, but a confidence booster for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Sheldon Keefe to know that if they need to rely upon Michael Hutchinson later in the season, they can, and they can give him playing time. Michael Hutchinson, 35 saves on 38 shots. Great performance by him, and really, the players in front of him, they stepped it up tonight, and you love to see that. You love to see that they didn't hang Hutch out to dry, and they gave it their all out there. Played clutch for Hutch. Great performance. We got a bunch of comments coming in. Leafs rocked tonight. They lit it up, and that's great. Hopefully we can carry this momentum into Saturday night against the Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be a big matchup. You know, it's heated every time these two rivals play. But we got a lot to break down from tonight. Ron Keith says it took Marner for Tavares to score. It was awesome to see. And yeah, I like that Sheldon Keefe, he felt comfortable switching up the lineups at the end of the game to help give a boost to John Tavares, he's really, it looks like he's been lacking confidence because everybody in Leafs Nation's been getting on him. He hasn't scored much recently. And I'm going to show my prediction from last night because a lot of people have been getting on him, not only in the comment section of these live videos, but just everywhere on Leafs social media, everywhere. So this was my prediction last night. John Tavares will score a goal as well. I definitely think that he's going to contribute. So his contribution wasn't massive to this victory. He had a goal that was the 7th goal of the 7-3 victory late in the period. But this is going to be a huge confidence booster for John Tavares, and I think he's going to carry that momentum going into Montreal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him net another in that game. I'm super hyped up about this. Our captain, Joseph Clark, though, thank you for this. Smash that sub button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I'm on here on Maple Leafs Media. We got a lot to discuss tonight, but I want to show this clip of this Mitch Marner goal. Mitch Marner, he's something else. This is amazing.
The slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that in a tighter spot up and over the shoulder.
Woo! What a goal for Mitch Marner. That is magic. Magic hands. The coordination there is unreal. Puts that thing top shelf, and that was amazing goal from Mitch Marner. But it wasn't just Mitch Marner contributing. It wasn't just Austin Matthews. We saw Jumbo Joe tonight. Jumbo Joe becomes the oldest player in NHL history to have a 3-point game. That just goes to show Joe Thornton, he can still do it. There has been so much doubt and speculation coming into this season. Can Joe Thornton keep up with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews? And I think that he complements these two elite goal scorers and playmakers. I think he complements them extremely well. He's looked really good out there on the first line. 8 points in 8 games this season. Love to see that from Joe Thornton. 3-point night from Jumbo Joe, and he was setting up plays. I love his work behind the net, offensive net. He looks really good out there, and it's special to see. It's special to see a player performing the way Jumbo Joe has been at 41 years old. He's got gas left in that tank, and he wants to go to the Stanley Cup and win it, something he has never done. Joseph Clark says Marner needs to wash his mitts because they dirty. That was a filthy goal. I need to show it again. It's an unreal goal. Wow.
See the slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that in a tighter spot up and over the shoulder.
I can watch that goal on repeat all night long. What a goal from Mitch Marner. Outstanding. He is such an outstanding player, and he said that coming into this season, he said that he wanted to add that scoring touch to his game because he's been an elite. We all know what he can do with the puck. An elite playmaker. He can set people up, sets up Austin Matthews more than any other duo in the NHL. But man, he added that scoring touch to his arsenal this season. He has, and he's shot the puck more. He picked the corner like it was nothing, like Nevin says. And really, you'd love to see Mitch Marner add that goal-scoring ability to his arsenal. We know that he can score. We've seen it before. But too many times in seasons past, we saw him pass up a shot and make a pass. It's a very unselfish player, and you'd love to see that. But sometimes you cringe because you just want to see him take that shot. And he did it. He's been doing it more frequently, and it's been paying dividends for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that first line is on fire. That first line might be the best first line in hockey right now. It's been special. Robert Ferguson says Keefe has confidence in Jumbo Joe. Played him 18 minutes in his first game back. Throw him right back into that fire. Jumbo Joe is a veteran in this league. What's there not to be confident about? There's nothing that tells me you should lack confidence in Jumbo Joe Thornton, especially the way he's been playing. Even if he slacks, you can count on Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews to pick him up. Joe Thornton will find the open man and create plays with his passing ability. He's still an elite playmaker. He's not the fastest skater, but he is a great playmaker still. Joseph Clark says Thornton is a GOAT. True legend. He could be better than 80% of the players in this league when he plays with good young talent on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's exactly it. That's what I've been preaching. I've been preaching this. You put a veteran who has contributed. He almost had an 100 assists season. It was 15 years ago. But he almost had 100 assists in a season. You put that player with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, it's all smiles, it's all fun and games because these are two elite young talents, and Jumbo Joe complements them extremely well. We have a couple comments rolling in here. Rocky says, Dermott looks off. And maybe that's because he had a new defense partner tonight in Mikko Lehtinen. Zach Bogosian was given the night off. So ASC says it right as I said that. Dermott needs Bogo back, and Zach Bogosian's been very valuable for that bottom defense pairing. Having him, a veteran with Travis Dermott, or even Mikko Lehtinen, it's very beneficial for both those young defensemen. But this was a hell of a game tonight, and it's really hard to nitpick things. You can nitpick things all the time, but what a win. 7-3 over the Ottawa Senators. Extremely happy and love to see it. And it wasn't just our top guys. It wasn't just Jumbo Joe, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares. Look at this. The Toronto Maple Leafs had 6 players post multiple points tonight. Those being Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Joe Thornton, William Nylander, Morgan Riley, and Alex Kerfoot. We got contributions from our defense. We got contributions from our bottom 6. We got contributions from our top players. We got contributions everywhere. And that's what you need, especially in this pandemic season. If we have Austin Matthews miss games, we can rely on other players to step up. And you'd love to see that. Obviously, you don't want your big guys missing games. But still, it's a pandemic season, and it's definitely a possibility. Everybody stepped up tonight and had a magnificent game. Hell of a performance from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's see what everyone's saying in the comments section here. Leafs had 6 players with 2 or more points. Yep, just got to that. Kerfoot with Tavares and Willie is so good. So Zach Hyman was out of the lineup tonight, and Alex Kerfoot stepped up on a line with John Tavares and William Nylander. I don't really expect that to last, though. I like Alex Kerfoot patrolling the center position on that third line, and when you get Zach Hyman back, I think you put him either on the... Well, you're not separating that first line. You're going to put him back with John Tavares and William Nylander. It's just the way it's going to go. Ilya Mikheyev. Just got to say that. Ilya Mikheyev. Soup had a big game today. He had a goal, and he was making some standout plays. Let's get to this comment. Enzo, the commissioner, says, I think the chatter about John Tavares is probably justified as to why he's not scoring. But that line doesn't need to score at the moment. The top line is lighting up for everyone, and JT needs to focus on D. I've seen John Tavares make some big defensive plays. He could always improve. There's always room for improvement. But John Tavares, sure, he hasn't been contributing on the score sheet as much as you'd like to see from a guy who's getting paid as much as he is. And your second line center, you expect him. He's part of the core 4. You expect him to contribute night in and night out. And he hasn't gotten on the score sheet too frequently. Tonight, he did. He got a goal, and I expect that he's going to continue to get on the score sheet in the next couple games. He's going to carry this momentum into Montreal. Let's see if it comes to fruition for him or not. Nevin says tonight was a showcase of our depth. It definitely was. We had Mikko Lehtinen fill in, and we had just so many players contribute up and down this lineup. Depth is going to play a major role in determining what teams succeed and don't succeed in this pandemic season. And there's still a long way to go. There's a lot of twists and turns that could happen in this season. So love seeing our depth play massive roles. Dave Brown says contributions from the goalpost too. Please hurry back, Campbell. I don't want to see Hutch again. So you don't want to hurry back, Jack Campbell, actually. Sure, I get that you want to have your backup goalie, Jack Campbell, ready and available. And Michael Hutchinson, he looked better than you would expect him to tonight. Michael Hutchinson, he had a solid performance. And a lot of the time last year, the players in front of him were hanging him out to dry. So this is a big boost in his confidence with this victory tonight, and it's a big boost for everybody up front, giving him the confidence. The reason I say you don't want to hurry back Jack Campbell, though, if you hurry back Jack Campbell, your backup goalie, and he re-aggravates that injury, he's going to be out even longer. And then you're back to this. You're back to Frederik Andersen and Michael Hutchinson, and Michael Hutchinson's not going to play very much. Frederik Andersen isn't going to get enough rest, and he's going to be looking sloppy by the time the playoffs come. That's exactly what will happen if you hurry back Jack Campbell. You don't want to rush anybody back from injury, just like they didn't do with Joe Thornton and Nick Robertson. You do not rush back players from injuries. You let them recover and take the time to heal, especially in this season where everything can be twisted and turned instantly on a dime. Things can change with this pandemic. William Bennett says, what I love most is Matthews hasn't even hit his prime yet, and he is still a beast. I can't wait until then. Austin Matthews, we're going to see a steady incline in his production. He is a special player, a generational talent, wicked shot. You love to see everything we've seen from Austin Matthews. He's only got 2 hat-tricks in his career, but I think he might get 2 this season. Is that a bold prediction or not really? The way that Austin Matthews is producing, it's not really a bold prediction, but I think Matthews might get 2 hat-tricks this year and tie the total of the rest of his career. He has been outstanding. So many 2-goal games in his career. I'd have to go back and count how many because there's just been handfuls. It's been outstanding to see what he's done. Nevin says, do you see Galchenyuk drawing in Saturday? Galchenyuk, he may come in Saturday, and that'd be interesting to see him go up against his former team in the Montreal Canadiens. I mean, it's really depending on Zach Hyman, and if Zach Hyman's ready to play or not. There may not be a need for it. I really like the way that the lineup looked tonight, and maybe you don't mess with the hot hand in this lineup. This lineup, it looks good, and it's confident. It's a confident group right now, and I think they're going to carry this momentum into Saturday night. Let's get to some more comments here. We have Jason Brooks saying this was Michael Hutchinson's first regular season game since March 2nd, and he had a game or 2 in the bubble. He won a game in the bubble with the Colorado Avalanche, and last year he struggled with the Toronto Maple Leafs until he got to Colorado. I really think that playing in the playoffs was a boost for his confidence, and this win is a big boost for his confidence. It's nice to see Michael Hutchinson with a win here tonight. Chuck Fleet says we need Campbell and Simmons soon. It would be nice to get these guys back. Obviously, we want to get these guys healthy. Don't rush them back, though. Don't rush them back. We are more than capable of beating every team in this North Division. You want to have Jack Campbell and Wayne Simmons readily available to you when it comes time for the playoffs to play the big boys, the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightnings, the Washington Capitals, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wow, I butchered that, but that's the teams you need to have these guys ready for. You need to have these guys ready for the postseason. And I just don't want to rush them back. Obviously, it would be great to get them back. Mike Baseball 27 says he is proud to say I saw Leafs legend Michael Hutchinson's first win as a Maple Leaf live on his birthday. Nice. I guess that was a nice birthday gift. Yo, mama. The other game on Muzzin and Bogosian were in the penalty box. It scared me. Those are 2 big penalty killers, and obviously that hurts having our penalty killers out with penalties, but there's so many guys that can contribute onto this penalty kill unit. We brought in a lot of different bodies that will contribute on the penalty kill, and I've loved what I've seen from them. This penalty kill unit's been improved from last year. Last year, we were the 6th least efficient penalty kill unit in the NHL, and we've really stepped up our performance this year. Obviously, you don't want your penalty killers in the box. Melman says, I doubt they play Alex in Montreal. Just don't see it. And also, a thing about that is you'd also like to see Alex Galchenyuk get comfortable with this lineup in practice before you just throw him into the lineup, because it's hard to integrate a player into a lineup. We saw that last year with Alex Kerfoot. He was struggling mightily with the Toronto Maple Leafs in this new surrounding environment. But this year he stepped up his play. And back to Alex Galchenyuk, you don't just want to throw him into the fire to throw him into the fire. This lineup is hot right now. Just don't touch it. Don't bother. So Melman says Matthews is on track for 60. And Ferdinand, will Matthews score 60? I want to know what everyone in the comments section thinks. Will Austin Matthews score 50 goals this season in 56 games? That's a very tough accomplishment. I heard Elliot Friedman, and I can't remember who the other guy on the broadcast was today, both say yes to this. Will he score 50 goals in 56 games? That's tough. That is a tough thing to do. I would be amazed if he did it, but I have my doubts about that. I think that he will win the Rocket Richard Trophy, but I have my doubts about scoring 50 goals in 56 games. That's just, actually think about that. I get that he's on pace for it right now, early in the season, but damn, that would make a lot of fantasy owners happy, and not me, because I don't have him, unfortunately. I can see it happening, but I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say no. I don't think he will score 50 and 56. That's just, it seems very, I don't know. He could do it, I guess. 6 players on the Leafs have more points than Alex Lafreniere in 15 games. Go Leafs, go. And everyone like and subscribe. Thank you for preaching that. Let's see what everyone else thinks about this, though. Will he score 50 and 56? He's actually on pace for 53.98. 50, yeah, no problem. He's on fire. Yeah, no problem. That's crazy that we can just say no problem. No problem. He's going to get 50 goals in 56. That's just, it's wild to even have this discussion. Not likely, but he'll get 40 goals. My prediction for Matthews before the season was to score 45 goals. I thought he would get to 45 goals on this season, and I would be very happy with that. I don't know about you, but I would be more than happy to see Austin Matthews net 45 goals this season. I've said it multiple times. I think he's going to win the Rocket Richard Trophy as long as he stays healthy and there's no funky business with this pandemic and no infections in this locker room. Absolutely, he's going to win the Rocket Richard if he can stay healthy. There's no better even strength goal scorer, and he's just got a wicked shot. He can use it on the power play, even strength. Austin Matthews will win that trophy this year. He will add that to his resume, add it to his individual accolade collection, and I'm sure that by the end of his career, he's going to have a huge trophy room. It's going to be massive. Let's see what everyone else thinks. Jack Trout says 50. Hell yeah. People are very emphatic about this. You all believe that he's going to score 50 in 56 games. It's crazy that we can actually have this discussion and be serious about it, though. Yo Mama says Matthews could have had a few hat tricks already. Scare me, that guy. He could have had a couple hat tricks, and he's had 2 on his career. He's missed out on a lot, but so many 2-goal games, and it's just, he's incredible. He is incredible. William Bennett says, I think he will get 46 to 56 goals. Imagine if he got a goal per game average, 56 goals in 56 games. That It's unreal. William Bennett says maybe he can get 50 and 50 to be like Gretzky, Lemieux, and Bossy. That's elite company right there. Elite company. And Jason Brooks preaches it. But the key part for this to happen is for Matthews to stay healthy. Austin Matthews had a bit of an injury history in his career, and I'm not going to say that he's injury prone, but he's had an injury history, and it's obviously evident that he needs to stay healthy if he wants to get 50 goals in this season. And even if he wants to win the Rocket Richard, he needs to stay healthy. He's missed a game this season. Just take that into consideration. He's missed a game and he still leads the NHL in goals. He's been on an absolute tear. Nobody can stop Austin Matthews except for Austin Matthews or injuries. Austin Matthews is a generational talent, elite player, probably the best shot in the NHL right now. Don't at me. Best shot in the NHL right now. I know there's a guy named Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8. Best shot in the NHL, Austin Matthews. I will say it again. Best shot in the NHL belongs to Austin Matthews. Chuck Fleet, what's your thoughts on Garland coming to Toronto? He's been on fire. I believe he leads the Arizona Coyotes in points right now. At least he did a week back. And I don't see it happening. I don't really see that happening. Coyotes are a struggling team. They've got draft picks that they're missing out on now, and they're a mess. They're a mess of an organization. I guess they may make some trades, offload some contracts, but I don't really see that happening. If it did, I'd be pleasantly delighted. Mark Williamson. Oh, wow, this is fast. This is fast. Matthews will be in the Hall of Fame one year. I'm not going to disagree with that. I think that he is a Hall of Fame caliber player. It's very early to be saying this, but I see no reason other than a really bad injury. Nothing's going to hold him back other than injuries. There's nothing that's going to derail his career other than injuries or something he does off the ice. He is going to be a Hall of Famer if he continues doing what he's been doing. I can absolutely agree with that comment. If we can get Nylander to chase some pucks in the corners and take more shots, he could be so much better. William Nylander, he gets most of his goals from down low in those areas, and I think this is a bit of a misconception about William Nylander. I've seen a bunch of comments about how he looks like a lazy skater, and that's just because of how good of a skater is. It looks effortless at times. William Nylander got on the score sheet tonight, and I expect his confidence to be boosted, just like John Tavares will be. So expect William Nylander to have a big year. This is a guy who scored 30 goals last season. William Nylander had a 30-goal season last year. He had a tough contract negotiation rather, which is currently the best contract on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Definitely the best contract of the core four, and people have been getting on him. I don't know if it's fair or the contract holdout, but William Nylander, he's been looking like he's playing with elite confidence this season, and I expect him to have a big year. I'm very hyped up. What a win tonight. Honestly, what a win. I feel like I need to show this goal again. I just need to show this goal again because it was that special. Mitchell Marner magic.
See the slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that in a tighter spot up and over the shoulder.
Beauty goal. Beauty goal. It feels good watching that. What a shot from Mitch Marner. He's been adding that. Let's see some more comments here in the comments section. Caden Elvis said, how did Marner do for fantasy? Funny enough, I made a trade the other day, and I got Mitch Marner in this trade in fantasy hockey, not in the Maple Leafs Media League, but in another league with a bunch of my friends, and he had a massive night. I believe he had 26 points for my fantasy team. He had multiple points out there tonight, assists, goals, you name it. He had over 3 points. Mitch Marner had a hell of a game, and if you have him on your fantasy team, you're leaving tonight with a smile on your face. He contributed on the score sheet and in fantasy hockey land. He was outstanding. And that first line looks like it has the best chemistry in the NHL right now. And yes, I know the past line in Boston, Pastrnak, Marchand, and Bergeron, they've been doing it longer, so I'll give them credit. I despise their team, but they are. I mean, it's been close. It's been close this season. What this first line is doing on the Toronto Maple Leafs, they've been outstanding. Nevin says people say Matthews will go back to Arizona, but they don't realize that they might get relocated in the coming years. Yeah, honestly, if Austin Matthews were to leave the Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't see him going to Arizona. And really, I don't. If he was to go, I don't know why I've had this envisionment, and I I'm not looking into a crystal ball right now because I think he's going to remain a Toronto Maple Leaf. But if he were to go somewhere, I see him going to a more storied franchise like the Detroit Red Wings, who have a promising future with Dylan Larkin, Tyler Bertuzzi. I don't see him leaving. Well, he's going to be a Toronto Maple Leaf for the rest of his career. Corey Parrish. Toronto needs to bring their A game to Montreal Saturday and prove why we deserve to be the number one team and separate ourselves from them with a solid 10-point lead. Let that sink in. 10-point lead on the rest of the North Division if we win Saturday night. That's very significant, and we need to continue this tear we've been on recently. I love how I've seen this team respond to adversity. We had this 2-game losing streak. That's it. 2-game losing streak. We lost to Montreal and then Ottawa. That's the only losing streak we've had this season, and we've responded well to our losses. I expect us to continue carrying this momentum into Montreal Saturday night, and I expect us to win. I'm very excited for this game Saturday night. It's always heated when these two teams play. But the Maple Leafs right now, they have momentum. The Montreal Canadiens had a little while off the past 5 days, 5 days off, I believe. So they're going to be rested up. They're going to be rested up, and they're going to be hyped up, excited. But I also think that rest, not playing a game for that long, that might actually hurt the Montreal Canadiens. And the Toronto Maple Leafs need to take advantage of it. They're a bruised and banged up team right now. Zach Hyman missed tonight. Zach Bogosian getting the rest day. But the Toronto Maple Leafs need to be ready for the Montreal Canadiens Saturday night. We have William Bennett saying, I think there are 2 players above everyone in every generation, a goal scorer and a playmaker. It was Mario and Gretzky, then it was Ovi and Crosby, and I think this generation will be McDavid and Matthews. That's a great comment. It's a great comment. Great analysis from William Bennett right there. Austin Matthews is a better goal scorer than Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid does things that only Connor McDavid does. Jack Trout, did I detect a spark in Nylander after his goal? I believe you did, because I did too. There's a feeling, right? That confidence is there. He's playing with confidence. Once William Nylander scores a goal, you can expect him to come out the next however many games, and he will consistently contribute after he gets on that score sheet. I don't know what it is. It's just a confidence thing, I think. He gets confident, and then he adds up, he rakes in the points and gets on the score sheet consistently after he gets a goal. So expect him to play a big role in these next few games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. William Nylander, he's very underappreciated. Dwayne Woods, do you think it bothers Tavares not playing on the top line? All in caps. enthusiastic comment, Dwayne. My answer, not one bit. I really don't think it does at all. This is a team player. John Tavares is the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I got these jerseys right here, okay? John Tavares understands something. He understands that Austin Matthews is a generational talent, and you're not going to put Austin Matthews on the second line. You're going to keep Austin Matthews on that first line with Mitch Marner and Joe Thornton. Now, it might bother him that he's not playing with his old line mate in Mitch Marner, like we saw him do for a bit in this third period. But I really think that John Tavares is a selfless player. He's a team player, and he wants to see this team succeed. He grew up a Maple Leafs fan. He just wants to win a cup with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he would play on the third or fourth line if he had to, if it would make this team better. John Tavares is a team player, and he represents Toronto through and through. Jack Trout. No, he's a consummate pro. Tavares didn't look excited when he scored tonight. And Ferdinand, I'm going to say the reason for that is when you score the seventh goal in a 7-3 game with a couple minutes left, you don't really want to showboat or anything. That's when the hockey gods come down on you, and they just make you look bad for the next few games. It's more a sign of respect, I think. John Tavares isn't going to go out there after he scores the seventh goal of a game and go, "Woo! Let's go!" and throw it in Ottawa Sender's face. He's not going to do that. He's a pro. And no, it's just not going to happen. I think that he's thrilled to get on the score sheet. It's going to boost his confidence up, and we'll see that continue. Mark Williamson says, smash the like button. Everyone, great show. Thank you for saying that, Mark. That brings me to this. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit the notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube to be notified every single time new content comes out from Maple Leafs Media. And trust me, it's coming out almost on the daily. Always new stuff coming out, and I'm here after almost every single Maple Leafs game. I'll be here Saturday night after the Toronto Maple Leafs hopefully defeat the Montreal Canadiens and build that lead, that threshold on the Canadian division, and make it a 10-point margin over everybody else. Let's go. And if you're on Facebook, feel free to share this video. It helps out the brand a lot. So let's get to some more comments. I'll take a bunch more comments. You guys can really determine how long I'm on here tonight. It's just, I'm willing to talk about whatever. So let's see. Hockey related though. Definitely does not bother Tavares. He knows he's got to be on the second line to make a powerful line. John Tavares. Yeah, that's a good point. He has his own line. The John Tavares line isn't the William Nylander line. No, it's Tavares' line. John Tavares makes that second line. You could go back a couple years and look at our other centers we've had, and Tyler Bozak is a solid NHL player. But if you had Tyler Bozak at the second line center position, that's William Nylander's line. John Tavares has that line, and it's John Tavares, William Nylander, and you can slot in multiple people. Zach Hyman usually. Alex Kerfoot was out there tonight, and it looked solid. But I've really liked what I've seen from the John Tavares line, and they've been struggling to get on the score sheet, but they will. They will get on the score sheet more frequently. Colby makes an early score prediction, saying the 4-2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday night. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a 4-2 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. It'd be good. JT is Johnny Toronto. Baseball 27 says the power play got back on track tonight. Yeah, they did. They did. This was one of my concerns on last night's post-game show, because in the month of February, leading into this game, so the past 7 games before tonight, the Maple Leafs converted on just 3 of 18 power play attempts. That's very concerning. That's a red flag, especially for a team who's had a top power play unit in the NHL for the majority of the season so far. But the power play got back on track tonight, and I expect that to continue as well. Really, Joe Thornton out there on the power play is so valuable. You have John Tavares, he can be a net front presence always. Austin Matthews has a wicked shot. Mitch Marner, elite playmaker. Morgan Riley patrols the blue line. That power play unit is special. It's really hard to find a better power play unit in the NHL. Jason Brooks says Marner's goal is the highlight of the night. And you know what? I've showed it 3 times tonight, but I'm going to show it a 4th time because it's just going to keep replaying. And like I said, I could watch this thing on a loop like it was a TikTok.
See the slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that in a tighter spot up and over the shoulder.
Magic. He just made the Ottawa Senators look silly. Love seeing Mitch Marner do Mitch Marner things. What a goal from the magician Mitch Marner. Ash Pyro brings up the 15-game point streak, and he's 3 games away from tying for the 18 mark. 18 mark is the longest. 18 games is the longest streak in Maple Leafs history for a point streak, and if Austin Matthews does that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Austin Matthews take this thing like 24 games. Austin Matthews is so special, and he's been lighting it up on an absolute tear this season. Absolute tear. Love seeing what he's been doing. JB says 50 goals in 50 games for Austin Matthews. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's asking for a lot. It's asking for a lot. I think that my prediction before the season was 45 goals for Matthews in a 56-game season. But 50 goals in 56 games would be very impressive. He's currently on pace to get that, but it's very early in the season still. I'm not going to doubt that he has the ability to do it because I know he does. But that's a lot to ask from anybody. Just a lot to ask from anybody. We've heard everyone talk about Danny Heatley. Heater. He had a 50 goal season back in 07. What a beauty, right? He had a 50 goal season back in 07. But that was in an 82 game season. Austin Matthews, we're actually talking about it. Actually think about this. We've been talking legitimately about Austin Matthews putting up 50 goals in 56 games. That's almost unheard of. It's insane that we're having this discussion. Oh, man. Salvatore says, Hutch didn't look too shabby out there tonight. I've mentioned this a lot tonight. Michael Hutchinson, he had a nice game tonight. He had 35 saves on 38 shots tonight. 35 saves on 38 shots. He got a lot of shots against him, and he made the saves for the most part. He made the saves to get the Maple Leafs the win, and the team in front of him, they played well. Huge confidence boost for Michael Hutchinson back there, a huge confidence for the guys up front, and Sheldon Keefe. They can now have confidence in Michael Hutchinson if they need to call upon his number again later in the season. 35 saves on 38 shots. I don't think that's a stat that many people would have been expecting to see coming into this game for Michael Hutchinson. Love to see it. Congratulations to Michael Hutchinson on getting his first regular season win since March 2nd of last season against the Detroit Red Wings. Congratulations to him. Huge victory for Michael Hutchinson and the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a big confidence booster for everybody on this team. It was nice to see him out there in net, and Hutch is great. JB, that's speculation if I've ever seen it. If McDavid does not win a cup in Edmonton by 2025, he will be a Leaf. I don't really see that happening, but He's gonna want to go to a place that he can get a lot of money, and he's not gonna be able to get in a lot of money with the Toronto Maple Leafs unless Austin Matthews goes elsewhere, which I just don't see happening. So I don't think that's gonna happen, but I don't think Connor McDavid's going to win a Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers by 2025 either. The reason for that is he just doesn't have the supporting cast. I've brought this up so many times in the past when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers. The Pittsburgh Penguins is my comparison for the Edmonton Oilers. You have generational talents with Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby. They've won multiple Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins, but they have nobody to support them now outside of Chris Letang and Jake Gensel. Their bottom six is a mess, and that is exactly what the Edmonton Oilers are right now. They're like the Pittsburgh Penguins, but they are wasting away the prime years of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and that's very unfortunate for those two emerging stars. It's very unfortunate to see that. What's going on in Edmonton is a bit of a travesty. But right now, in this Canadian division, it doesn't bother me one bit. William Bennett says, I know it's a little early, but he almost has 200 goals and hasn't even hit his prime yet. He could catch Ovechkin for the goals record. When Ovechkin breaks it in a career, I think he will get at least 780 goals. William, so the trajectory for Austin Matthews and Alex Ovechkin, I'm not going to sit here and say that Austin Matthews, he doesn't have the potential to do it. I'm not going to sit here and say that because he definitely does. But the thing about this is you look at the first years of Alex Ovechkin's career, his numbers are much better than what Austin Matthews put up. And that's just the way it is. That's going to be really hard for Austin Matthews to make up those goals totals, especially considering he's playing a shortened 56-game season this year. He's had a history of injuries. So I'm not going to go as far to say that he will break Alex Ovechkin's potential future record. Let's call it Gretzky's record because it's Gretzky's record right now. But, I mean, I guess it's possible. I'm not going to go out here and make that prediction, though. That's very difficult to do. If someone can post the totals from Alex Ovechkin's first couple of years, that'd be great. I forget what it is, but Alex Ovechkin, his first 3 years, he's had more goals in every single year than Austin Matthews had in his first 3 years. So really, I get your comparison, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet. Right now, though, I believe that Austin Matthews is a more valuable goal scorer than Alex Ovechkin in the present day. Yo Mama says, Matthews and Marner make me happy. They're so good. Throw Joe Thornton in there, too. That first line makes you happy. It makes you smile. These guys are always smiling together, and they've got a chemistry. They've got a good thing going, and it's happy. It's just good vibes on the Toronto Maple Leafs top line. Love seeing it, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, they've got a special thing going. Bringing in Joe Thornton was such a valuable acquisition. Do you guys know that he's on a league minimum contract right now? He's making the league minimum, $750,000 for our top left winger on the team. Our top line left winger is making $750,000. Bargain deal. JB says Crosby took a hit on salary, and in his last 3 seasons of his contract that he's on right now, he's only going to be making $3 million. Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby, you got to give a shout out to him. He wanted to win really bad. He took a pay cut to do it too. That's why he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. Anthony says, let's see my boy Jake. That's support on here. Guys and girls, smash the like button, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I'm on here on Maple Leafs Media. This is my channel. I come on here almost every day after every Maple Leafs game, and I try to bring you the best content. I've also got posts coming out on Facebook and Instagram daily, a lot of updates when there's injuries, trade, or anything Maple Leafs related happens. I'm always grinding to get the best content out for you, and I love coming on here talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mash says Sid taking a pay cut makes sense. He's a team guy. Sidney Crosby, hey, that's my guy. That's my favorite player of all time, right there. I met him when I was younger. He was a great guy to meet. Baseball 27 says he loves how interactive I am with my viewers, and honestly, I love how much interaction I get from all of you. I love how much interaction and comments I get. I get so much support. This outpour of support that I've gotten from Leafs Nation, it really goes worldwide. I've seen Maple Leafs fans on here and on these streams comment from Italy, Australia, everywhere around the world, and it means so much to me. Thank you so much for your constant support on this channel. Let's go. Let's continue talking about this. William Bennett, he says Ovi had 163 goals in his first 247 games of his career. Outstanding. I'm not a big Alex Ovechkin fan, but you got to call a spade a spade. He could definitely go down as the greatest goal scorer of all time. He's outstanding. I'm just anybody. If you have any comments, I'll get to as many as I can here. But I want to show this goal one more time because why not, right? Why not show it?
See the slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that in a tighter spot up and over the shoulder.
Woo! 7-3 victory. The Toronto Maple Leafs really poured it on tonight, and it was great to see. It was great to see, and I really think that Austin Matthews is going to win the Rocky Richard Trophy. I'll make a video about that in the next couple days. I'll be posting it, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be notified every time new content from Maple Leafs Media is posted. I've got some fun quizzes coming out in the next week as well. I've got a lot of content coming out, and Maple Leafs Media is only going to grow. I've got some shirts that are currently being made. You guys might like them. I'll be posting them in the near future. Very excited for this, the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hopefully, we make a deep playoff run. Hopefully. And I'm also excited for the future of Maple Leafs Media. This brand is growing, and it's been a fun ride so far. Anthony says, do you think Connor McDavid will ever come to the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because I believe that he will come here if he wants out of the Oilers one day. Think about it, Jake. It'd be awesome first line, Thornton, Matthews, McDavid. So 2025, I don't see Joe Thornton playing still. And he's not going to get traded by the Edmonton Oilers. I don't really see a world where Connor McDavid comes here. Okay, John Tavares. It's one thing to get John Tavares, but when you have so many big contracts that are loaded for the future, it's really hard to think about bringing Connor McDavid in. This is a long way down the road that his contract expires. I would obviously love to have McDavid on this team. Imagine a team with McDavid and Matthews on it. It would be unreal. But I don't really see it happening right now. I don't really see it happening. John Howard says Jumbo Joe is awesome for us. So valuable. Such a valuable bargain deal. This Kyle Dubas, send a thank you card to him. Thank you, Kyle Dubas. You signed Joe Thornton for $750,000 to the league minimum. 8 points in 8 games, contributing on that top line with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, and it's been outstanding what we've seen Jumbo Joe do for this team. He brings a smile to the locker room, and I really think that everybody on this team wants to win a Stanley Cup for Jumbo Joe Thornton, and Jumbo Joe wants to do it himself. He wants to win that Stanley Cup. That's something he's been going for. He's been going after that thing for years now. 41 years of age. His time in the NHL is limited now. His days are numbered. But he's still making a run for that thing. I want to show a stat tonight about Jumbo Joe. Tonight, he became the oldest player in NHL history to have a 3-point game. He had 3 assists. He was doing it from behind the net. He's still got playmaking ability. He doesn't need to be the fastest skater. Putting him on a line with 2 young stars in Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner was a brilliant idea. It really helps Jumbo Joe demonstrate what he's still capable of doing, and it really showcases his playmaking ability. Baseball 27 says he will come, so that being McDavid, he will come at the end of his career like Wayne and Jumbo, because he grew up a Leafs fan and from the GTA, I think. Yeah, I believe it's from Newmarket. And you know what? Off-topic thing here. I'll show my picture with Connor McDavid here. So this is me and Connor McDavid, and you can't really see me. That's my hair is all on my face. Had a rough day, but I was at Boots and Hearts Music Festival, and I spotted Connor McDavid. Spotted Connor McDavid at this music festival. Went over, got a picture with him. Good times, though. Good times in Oromondante at Boots and Hearts. Got some country music going, and I got to meet the best player in the NHL right now, Connor McDavid. That was fun, but I don't really see him coming to Toronto. I love that we're having this discussion, but I don't really see it. William says, if you're a GM and you could pick one of these, which would you pick? Crosby or Ovechkin in their prime, and Matthews or McDavid in their potential prime in the coming years? I'm taking Sidney Crosby, proven winner. I know Alex Ovechkin has won, but Alex Ovechkin hasn't won on every stage. Sidney Crosby has won on every stage. World Juniors, NHL, the World Championship, Olympics. Sidney Crosby. And he takes that pay cut as well. Sidney Crosby is going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. And sure, Alex Ovechkin is debatably the best goal scorer in NHL history. And he could very well go down as the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. But Sidney Crosby does things that Alex Ovechkin just can't do. I watched a video the other day, and this was hilarious, off topic a bit. Sidney Crosby, he's had over 5 fights in his NHL career, and they're hilarious because he won almost every time. You wouldn't expect it, but he's a small guy and like shorter, and that works to his advantage. He's got a lower center of gravity. He's won a bunch of fights. McDavid or Matthews in their potential primes in the coming year. I know I'm a Maple Leafs fan, but the answer is Connor McDavid. That's the only right answer. It's Connor McDavid. He's the best player in the NHL right now. He might not be the best goal scorer in the NHL, but he's the best player in the NHL right now. Baseball 27 says legendary picture. Yep, it was a good picture, I guess. I have another picture with him, but I don't know where that picture went, and it was a better picture on my end, but I lost that picture, unfortunately. Chuck Fleet says there's only great one, and Ovi will be second of all time. So this is a big topic of discussion as well. Will Ovechkin surpass Wayne Gretzky? I forget what the total number Alex Ovechkin is at right now, but looking at his career trajectory and the goal totals he's had, it's very possible that he does set the career record for goals all time. Like it or not, it's true. Anthony says, "Come on, guys, let's think about it. Leafs fans, it's been since 1967 that the Leafs have won a Stanley Cup, but now it's our time. This is the year to win that Stanley Cup in 2021. Our time is now. I love your optimism, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I love your confidence. I love the enthusiasm. Let's try for that Stanley Cup. But we still got a long way to go in this season, and there could be a lot of twists and turns." William Bennett says Ovi is at 711, Gretzky is at 884. Ovi is what? Right now, Ovechkin is 34-ish. He's about 34 years old. He could set the career record. It's going to be tough, but I think he could do it just based off what he's been doing. Like, I remember he had a 30-goal season, and that was considered a down year. He's just been a consistent animal scoring goals every single season. You can count on Alex Ovechkin to be in the running for the Rocket Richard Trophy. I can see him breaking the record by the end of his career. Ferdinand says, "Where do you see the Leafs finishing in the Canadian division?" There's only one spot I will be content with: the Maple Leafs finishing in this Canadian division, and that is at the top of the division. We need to finish first. Let's carry this momentum we've been on all season. We've dominated this division so far. Let's continue it. I expect the Toronto Maple Leafs to finish first in this division. We have a threshold of it right now, but we can't take our foot off the gas. We got to keep the pedal to the metal for the rest of the season, and I want the number 1 seed in this North Division. Anthony, I saw this last night. I don't know what a Funko Pop is. Are you thinking of collecting Toronto Maple Leafs Funko Pops of Marner, Matthews, Tavares, Riley, and Anderson? I don't know what a Funko Pop is, but if it's Toronto Maple Leafs, I probably collect it. I've got a lot of collection stuff in here. Maybe I'll do a video showing off my sports memorabilia collection. I've got Gretzky signed jerseys. I've met so many different athletes. Gretzky, Crosby, you name it. I may have met them. I've met a lot of NHL players. It's been very fun. I'm a big sports memorabilia collector, but I don't know what a Funko Pop is. I really don't know what a Funko Pop is. Nevin says, "I met Walter Gretzky at my school years ago." I met Walter Gretzky, great hockey dad. I've met him a couple times as well. Great guy. And I met him at Wayne Gretzky's restaurant, which closed recently. William Bennett says, "What the hell is a Funko Pop?" Yeah, what is a Funko Pop? Anthony says, "Look it up on Google Images. Type in Toronto Maple Leafs Funko Pop." All right, I'll look it up and then I'll share my screen with you. Toronto Maple Leafs Funko Pop. Let's see what this is, William. What's a Funko Pop? I've seen these things before. I really didn't know what a Funko Pop was until tonight. Okay, so here it is. Hold on, let me share this screen. Share screen on the Chrome tab. Here we go. This is a Funko Pop. You can get them at Walmart for $15.08 Canadian. I don't think I'm gonna collect the Funko Pop. I'm not a big fan of the Funko Pop personally, but I guess they're cool. If that's what you like, then you collect the Funko Pops. But I'm not gonna be touching a Funko Pop. I don't think. I've seen those things. I've seen those on the shelves, and they don't really tickle my fancy very much. I'm not a very big fan of them. Anthony wants me to get all the Leafs ones. Maybe I'll get them for you, Anthony. Salvatore says, "We've made ourselves the team to beat. This is when playing smart defensive hockey comes to play." I expect some animosity in the upcoming games against Montreal. Montreal's going to come out with fire lit under them. He's going to come out with a fire lit under them. And yeah, I mean, spot on comment. We're the team to beat in this North Division, and teams are going to give us their best every single night. The Toronto Maple Leafs are already the most hated team across the NHL. Outside of Toronto, they're the most hated team. We're like the New York Yankees, but we haven't won as recently as the New York Yankees. We're the New York Yankees of the of the National Hockey League. We're the New York Yankees of the NHL. And outside of Toronto's market, the media hates us and they rip on us a lot. We are the team to beat. Teams are always give us their best, but now they're gonna be coming. They're gonna be coming even more than they were before. Chuck Fleet, back to personal experiences of meeting people. Walter is a great guy and shares his time at our church doing supper for the homeless. That's great. That's great. You love to see someone giving back to the community. And something else, Walter Gretzky, he sent me a signed picture by Wayne Gretzky when I asked him, and it's very I'm very thankful for that. Walter Gretzky is a great guy. He's made a lot of contributions into the community, and I love seeing that, Chuck. Great comment. Baseball 27, TJ Brodie is going to be a huge asset in the playoffs. He's underappreciated. Yes, I hope he does have. I think he will be a big asset in the playoffs as well. But the thing about this is that I'm still not completely sold on that defensive pairing of TJ Brodie and Morgan Riley. They need to try to build a chemistry together more, but it's dicey at times. You have two defenders that like to join up on the rush, so I think he's going to be a big asset in the playoffs as well, but he needs to continue building that chemistry with Morgan Riley. William Bennett with a fun fact. This is the first time in NHL history the Toronto Maple Leafs scored 7 goals in a game against the Sens. I heard that on the broadcast, and that's crazy. Think about all those Battle of Ontario games. You've had some great goal scorers. Sundin, Alfredson, Heatley. Spezza has played on both sides of this rivalry now. He's a Maple Leaf through and through. But yeah, that's crazy to think about that. Toronto Maple Leafs never scored 7 goals in a game against the Ottawa Senators. Chuck Fleet, any news on the tattoo for Ribs? You got to ask Rib next time I have him on the show. Just continue going at him about that. Don't let us forget about that. I'm not forgetting about it, but don't you let him forget about it. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, my friend Rib came on this stream a couple weeks back, and he said he's so confident in the Toronto Maple Leafs making it out of the North Division that he will. He said that he would get a tattoo if the Toronto Maple Leafs didn't make it out of the North Division. So that's interesting. ASC, I've been preaching these combos for a long time now, and I agree with you. TJ Brodie, Justin Hall, Jake Muzzin, and Morgan Riley. That is a way of having, a good stay-at-home defenseman with a guy who can join up on the rush, like the Chris Pronger, Scott Niedermayer duo we saw win Stanley Cup back in Anaheim. That's exactly what you want to see, but the only downside of this is separating your best defenseman, your best defensive duo in Justin Hall and Jake Muzzin. Those guys have been exceptional together, so I'd be a bit hesitant to separate them. But if the Morgan Riley, TJ Brodie duo can't really build that chemistry going forward, then that's when you separate Justin Hall and Jake Muzzin, and you mix and match these pairings. Chuck Fleet says, smash the like button. Thank you, Chuck. I will post it right up here. I've got it ready for you. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell if you're watching on YouTube to be notified every time new content comes out from Maple Leafs Media. And if you're on Facebook, share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Helps out the brand in a big time way. ASC shutdown duo. Thank you. Thank you. We are not really rivals with the Canadians. It's mostly the Canadians and the Bruins. No. Anthony, I agree with a lot of your comments, but no. No. The biggest rivalry in the NHL is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. You can't tell me otherwise. That is the biggest rivalry in hockey. It's iconic. It's like the Boston Red Sox against the New York Yankees. It's like the Green Bay Packers against the Chicago Bears. Toronto, Montreal, it doesn't get any better than that. That is the biggest rivalry in the NHL. And I'm really looking forward to this next installment Saturday night. I'm super excited about it. I'll be back here Saturday night. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream throughout the game or if I'm going to do a post-game show. I think I'll do a post-game show. Nevin says the Leafs-Habs rivalry has literally been going for 100 years. It has been. It's a wild rivalry. There's no love lost between these two teams, and it's going to be very exciting. ASC says, Hab fans only say the Bruins are their number one rival in spite. Yes. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, they've said, we've had fans that say Boston's our biggest rival. And that's more of a recency bias thing because we've been dominated by the Boston Bruins in the playoffs. We've been beat by the Boston Bruins 3 times in the last decade. We've been eliminated. Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs, it's a very one-sided rivalry. The Boston Bruins look at us and they laugh. They laugh at us. They love playing against us. The fan base, that is. The fan base they laugh. It's not a rivalry for them. If you keep winning, it's not a rivalry for you. But the team that's on the losing end, that's a rivalry. And Toronto, Montreal, these teams, Montreal's got the edge in the all-time record. But head-to-head, every time, it's going to be sparks. It's going to be heated. And ASC says, Leafs rivals are Habs, Bruins, and Sens in that order. Habs, Bruins, Sens. I think you're right. I'm trying to think if anyone can replace the Senders, but I don't really think there is anyone that can go over another team in Ontario. The Battle of Ontario, it's kind of gone under the radar a lot, but it is definitely a rivalry. Baseball 27 says Leafs and Wings is a big rivalry as well when Detroit's good. So the thing about that is that it's definitely been a rivalry, but they were playing in the Western Conference for so long. So I'm going to agree with ASC here. It's going to be Habs, Bruins, and Senators. It's a fair order. William Bennett says he's watching on his laptop, Xbox, and phone right now. Thank you. Thank you for streaming. Hopefully there's no echoing of my voice. That could get annoying. Everyone like and subscribe. Thank you for that. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and hit the notification bell. And also, if you're on Facebook, share this video. Jason Brooks says Leafs and Sabres. That's definitely a good rivalry. The Battle of the Kiwi W. I love that rivalry. I go to so many games in Buffalo. I cross the border because it's easier and it's cheaper. It's more affordable than games and it's also like another home game. That's a big rivalry as well. I'd love to see it in the playoffs. If you haven't already, this is kind of a related topic. If you haven't already, you can go back to November, the week of November 25th. I believe it was the 24th of November. I had Martin Biron, former Buffalo Sabres goalie. I had him on for an interview, and we talked about the Battle of QEW, and we talked a lot about the Toronto Maple Leafs, Joe Thornton, John Tavares, his former teammates, We've talked a lot. We talked a lot. It was a great interview, and I would love to have him on as a guest again in the future. But that is definitely a rivalry that is it's gone under the radar. KeyBank Arena is literally Scotia Arena Part 2. So the thing about the KeyBank Arena, what is it? KeyBank Arena or place now? It's been First Niagara Center, HSB Center. Oh, there's been so many names like First Niagara Center, HSB Arena, HSBC Arena. There's Buffalo Sabres. Their arena's it's always getting renamed. It's always getting renamed. Brad Cooper Weddings says road games in Buffalo are so fun, surrounded by Leafs fans. It's got a college football game feel to it, doesn't it? It's half go Leafs go, and then it's followed up by let's go Sabres. It's such a fun atmosphere to be there. Uh, it's awesome. I love going to Buffalo for some hockey games, and hopefully we can get back to going to hockey games, because I will when we're able to go to hockey games, I will be at a game and I will live stream it there. I know you can watch it on TV, but it will be fun. I'll have a lot of clips. I'll do a lot of interactive things with the fans. It'll be fun. Uh, Lately, the Leafs win more often, and you go smashing good buffalo wings and beers after the game and party into the wee hours. So, yeah, Buffalo is a fun place to go. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan. So, if there's ever a weekend where the Sabres and Bills play, that's fun. I have a channel about the Buffalo Bills as well called the Bills Bunker. You can check that out on here. That's been growing. Almost 2,000 subscribers there. Almost there. Brad Cooper Weddings just showed up. Do I go live after every game? Almost every game, yes. If it's not every game, if I'm not on the game, having a tough time speaking. I've been on here for an hour 17 minutes. Okay, if I don't go live after the game, then I go live during the game, and I do a play-by-play live reaction. But usually, I go live after every game. I post content about the Toronto Maple Leafs on a daily basis. There's always new stuff coming out, and it's super fun. Yeah, see, back to Buffalo. He says he's been to Leafs games in Buffalo 5 times, and he's 0-5. They never win in that building. That's tough, ASC. Last Leafs game I went to in Buffalo was back in 2013. I think the Leafs actually had a 5-1 lead, and they ended up losing 6-5 in the shootout. That was a tough game. That was in the shortened season with the lockout. But I've gone to I saw Sidney Crosby get his first career penalty there. His first career penalty was in Buffalo. I saw that happen. Saw Mario Lemieux there. There's a one time as a little kid, I went to the season opener of the Toronto Maple Leafs versus Montreal Canadiens in Toronto. That was a home opener in Toronto. And then the next weekend I went to Montreal to see Toronto and Montreal home opener. That was an amazing experience. I've been very fortunate to go to a lot of games, and it's very important that we stay safe right now. But I just can't wait to get back into some of these arenas. It's so fun to be live at a hockey game. William Bennett says he saw the Bills channel, but he's a Chiefs fan. ... No hard feelings, William. We'll see you again next year. I guarantee you that the Buffalo Bills will be back in the AFC Championship against your Chiefs. 2 special teams. Brad, back to Buffalo, said, I went in 2019. Matthews had that dirty jump to grab the puck wraparound goal, followed by the OT winner. My girlfriend was at that game, and that was an amazing game. I wish I was there for it. What a game, what a finish. That must have been very fun to be there. I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes now, though. So I will be showing the Mitch Marner goal one more time to head off of this show. One more time, I'm going to ask, if you haven't already, please smash that like button. hit the notification bell up here if you're watching on YouTube to be notified every time new content comes out from Maple Leafs Media. New stuff coming out on a daily basis. And if you haven't already, check out the Facebook page. That thing's growing. It's reached over 2,300 page likes, and it's awesome to see this hard work growing, and it's going to turn into something special. Instagram, hit that up as well. Twitter, starting to build it. Having a tough time with Twitter. I'm not too good at the Twitter game, but I love coming on here with everyone, and I just ask that you all stay safe, and I hope to see you again Saturday night after the Toronto Maple Leafs play the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal. Until next time, I'm your guy, Jake.
See the slide across by Riley, the pull to the forehand, backhand, and man, you couldn't put that